Hey everyone, and welcome to week 7 of the AHGL. I'm your host, KingNothing.
And I'm Ether, and we got two really great companies lined up for you tonight, Epic and Zynga.
That's right.
I love Zynga. I love their games.
Zynga's been playing really well.
I love Epic Games too, but this is not Epic the game company.
It's true. It's not Epic Games. It's the healthcare company.
Mm-hmm. Very different.
Probably more important.
Probably more.
But today, Zynga playing well.
Mm-hmm.
But not doing so well in their division. Epic, still undefeated. And this is not just like Epic in Season 3. I mean, ever. They haven't lost any matches.
Yeah.
So
they have 10 Grandmasters in their lineup?
Which means, like 5% of all Grandmasters in North
to
America
do
work
that,
at Epic, apparently.
and to do healthcare products and make great products, respect. Epic, respect.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So, Epic taking on Zynga. I'm going to load up game 1. Yes. Because I didn't do that beforehand. I forgot to preload. But fortunately my computer is kind of a beast here.
Thanks to SSDs.
Yeah,
if you don't have one, please get one.
For Epic, the team captain, we have spawning on the right in Newkirk City,
Epic Judo.
And in the bottom left, the Protoss player for Zynga.
Zynga Sick E. There we go. Street Fighter voice is back on.
Best kind of voice.
Except the GSL's doing really weird Street Fighter voices these days. I don't know.
It's true.
Not a fan, but maybe it'll grow on me.
So these players, just having a little chat.
How's your wife? That's kind of a weird question.
Do they? He knows about J-Dub's wife, but
yeah. Are they really close friends?
We'll just assume that's friendly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
J-Dub, like I said, the captain of Epic, he's been around. You've probably seen some of his games. Quite the solid Zerg player. This pathing, every time, man.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I always have to do a 2-point waypoint.
Yeah, it's not the same for each player.
But we'll see. Oh, kissing each other there, going by.
Yep, a little bit of a nudge. You can tell they didn't mineral click or anything.
They high-fived each other.
So this is week 7. It's the last week of the regular season.
Right.
It's the last chance for teams to get ahead, get some of those tiebreaker points, make the playoffs, all kinds of stuff. 4
companies would make the playoffs in each division, and the other 4 would not. And we'll get to play in the kiddie pool. Are we doing that this season? The kiddie pool? I know we did that last
consolation
season.
Bracket?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not it's not a upper bracket and a lower bracket in the AHGL. There is a winning bracket and a consolation bracket. So it's kind of for realsies and then not.
Is J-Dub going to do the hatch block? Is he? That would be so sick.
Well, he's got his
thinking about it.
On.
He's thinking about it. Is he going to do it? No, he put a pull down.
Nah, he doesn't have
Or put a hatch down in his natural.
He built the hatch here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty
so
good
it's
timing.
All right on time.
Yeah, just before the 3-minute mark.
Oh, and Sick Iggy sneaks in the Nexus. J-Dub not able to block for as long as he would like, I think. Look at all the health on that
Pylon and wait a second. What? Yeah, okay, that's good. Pylon and Gateway, and we won't know what the Protoss is gonna do until the Cybercore comes up, and then we'll know what tech he decides to go. If he goes for Airtoss, Airtoss is really strong in Heart of Swarm. So
yeah, and this short air distance with really no ground to cover it, also really good for air units in general.
Right. Everything's pretty standard here.
The cannon here.
Yep. So that's a pretty good timing for cannon. Zerglings would not be able to run by in time.
A little bit on the greedy side. Yep. J-Dub expanding and getting a third. So both players going for a big macro play in this game.
Right at the 4th minute mark. That's exactly what a Zerg wants to do. So very standard openings here from both players. Yep. So far so good. Looking strong, guys. So we'll see what happens. Probe getting chased away here. Losing just a tiny bit of shields. One Zergling is not going to be enough to kill a Probe. He can run all the way back home.
If he just runs straight home,
he can
totally outrun it.
Totally. Cool. There we go. Cybercore. Nexus is up. Very standard.
2 gas so far. We'll see how that develops. Keep an eye on it. J-Dub, nothing but a couple of queens so far.
And droning up like a champion. Yep.
So we'll see they're pretty much even, and that's totally normal for this matchup.
Probe going home.
Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. Well, I'm curious to see what Sigigi is going to do, if he's going to be going for a immortal timing push I know
Sure,
that's
yeah.
kind of outdated now, but we'll see. Or maybe even an airplay.
Can still work, and you get the benefit of this area here. There's a little bit of some choke points along by this third, but since J-Dub took this base out here, that's really far for the Immortal Sentry to walk.
Yeah,
I feel like.
And Jada built only 2 Zerglings, so that's really cool.
Yeah,
that's 2 less
quite
than
a
what
lot of drones.
Yeah, than what you normally do. So he's going for mad econ at this point.
And continuing to drone, just 5 more drones and queens.
Right.
Just get the drones and queens for adequate defense early.
Right.
And he's done a good job of keeping vision out here too, so he's pretty sure there's not a proxy pylon.
So the Cyber Core is up, and let's see what a Protoss is gonna do.
Takes another gas.
Let's see, we'll see this tech coming up pretty soon here. There we go, Stargate.
All right, there it is.
There it is,
back
right?
In the middle line.
Yeah, right in the back of the base.
Okay, so I'll hide that a little bit. We'll see if the Overlords get in to see it. J-Dub does have an Overlord here that he could use to Suicide Scout in a little bit, but this Overlord didn't really get a lot of vision of anything.
And in this patch, Overlord speed can be researched without getting to lair tech. So that would be really cool if he goes for that, but I guess he's not looking at a production tab. But getting some lings here, no speed, just roaches and lings, and the Zergling running for his life.
Yeah, and
his life is not
the
fire.
Zealot almost gets surrounded, and there it is.
Sick
Iggy not moving it back quite far enough.
Yep.
And J-Dub gets away losing 1 Zergling.
1 Zergling for 1 Zealot.
Yeah, that's not a bad trade. That math works out. So now we'll see the Mothership Core being built, and the Void Ray, as well as a couple more gateways. So it looks like not crazy Stargate. He just wants a little bit to supplement his army, maybe do a little bit of harassing, gain some map control here. And we'll see what that Mothership Core is used for. Some players using that to scout, other players using it as total defense. And J-Dub, 12 drones in a layer.
Wow.
You crazy, J-Dub. He's
like
built maybe
boss.
8 Zerglings all game.
I think he's looking to get a 4th, depending on what the Protoss is going to do. So if he sees like an all-inish kind of, it all depends on that scout. If he sees like a ton of gateways and a lot of something that would tell him that the Protoss is going all in,
I'd be just a little nervous given that scout, right? He only saw 2 gateways, but you figure there has to be more going on than that, and he doesn't have vision of the 3rd. I'd maybe send that up there. Check out
Protoss
the 3rd.
is floating a lot of minerals, but there he goes. He throws on his 3rd.
Spore crawlers.
Yeah,
Wise.
I think he suspects airplay coming.
Yeah, I don't
either
think
way,
he had any vision of it, but he's still got the spore crawlers.
Right, still a good idea though, just in case. I mean, you get spore crawlers or Dark Templars, it covers both angles. So
and that Phoenix just pretending to attack things. Pot's still giving me the mini map warning that things are under attack.
I'm surprised J-Dub's not going for his 4th though. Maybe did he scout the 3rd? Can we check vision on?
Yeah, he's seen the 3rd at this point.
Okay.
He brought those links back.
There we go.
He's building some more
4th is going up there for
getting
dessert.
the Baneling nest, interestingly, and all the Overlord upgrades. So it looks like he wants to drop in this game.
That might work.
Sick Iggy getting another scout back here, but chased away immediately by the Sporecrawler and Queen.
Yep.
And there is a 4th down now for J-Dub. So he is taking a 4th, and he's got that really far 4th. It looks like he wants to spread out the Protoss and really make him work for those attacks, because they're not, this short distance one where he can hit all 3 bases in a span of 1 minute.
Right.
It's going to take him a while to get up here and get down there. Force the multitasking, force the Warp Prism, things like that. I think that's a good strategy on this map for Zerg.
Absolutely. And Sick Iggy continuing to go with Void Rays, continuing to go with air, Fleet Beacon even. So I think he's going for a carrier air toss kind of play, which is really, really strong in Zerg.
And morphing the Banelings up at the 3rd for J-Dub.
Oh, he's going to crash right through that front.
I should call it the J-Dub style 3rd as opposed to the Sick Iggy 3rd down here.
Yeah.
So he has these Banelings. It looks like he wants to just save them for some moment when Sick Iggy might be distracted. Maybe he'll prod somewhere and then pull back.
Right. J-Dub might just poke the front of the 3rd just to distract him and then send the Banelings over.
And he does have...
he could just
those
drop
are full
Banelings.
of Banelings as well. Is he going to pick these up? No.
And
just dropping in the main.
Those overlords are going to come into vision in like 2 seconds. Oh, they're holding
just hanging
position.
out.
Oh, there we go. Here comes the distraction
do nothing.
from J-Dub. He's going to poke the front just a tiny bit, I guess.
No.
Still
just hanging out. So we have yet to see exactly what his plan
there
is
we go.
here. There's the poke.
There is the
He
poke.
moves the overlords.
And the overlords are moving in. Oh,
He twitched them just a little bit.
He moved them. He was thinking about it. This is pretty tense.
Considering his options. Sick Iggy defending with a plum so far, blocking off that cannon, making sure it's super effective against those Zerglings. There's another
there we go.
force field
And here we go.
Here come the overlords being shot at. Oh, the banelings dropping on stalkers. Oh wow, very few probes went down right there.
21 though. I think
we missed this one.
Yeah.
They also got in.
Ugh.
2 drops at once, and Sick Iggy did not quite respond in time.
Wow. That's a huge hit on economy.
Yeah, a ton of workers did end up going down there. 34 to 78.
Zerg doubling the worker count.
And Sick Iggy just now moving the Void Ray up.
Yeah.
Trying to take down those overlords.
So Sick Iggy frantically trying to chrono out probes to catch back up and worker count, but damage is done.
Yeah.
Sick Iggy going for Tempest though. Interesting.
Nice. So he's added on 2 Stargates here with that fleet beacon.
Mm-hmm.
And J-Dub already has some Hydras. He's producing more Zerglings and drones at this point. So he'll probably Spine Crawler up just a bit. Maybe get a couple more Spore Crawlers and drop again. Oh yes. That's why he's making the Zerglings, to turn them into Banelings.
Keep dropping, right?
Yeah, man. So here comes the prod at the 3rd. He's going to poke up here, kind of distract Sick Iggy once more. Overlords move in. Here they go. Oh, these have Hydras in them. So we have a Hydra Roach drop now.
And they're going to take out the Tempest like so quickly. Look at that.
Wow, and doing quite a bit of damage over here too, taking out a gateway or 2. 1 Tempest goes down. Out of the 4 Hydras, 2 of them have died thus far. The rest of them will die before being able to take out that 2nd Tempest.
J-Dub doing a great job here with 2-pronged attacks all game.
Yeah.
And taking out pylons, look at that. And Trosis pylon.
But now a whole lot of Sick Iggy's army has been moved back, and J-Dub free to take out more gateways. This is going to give him a huge problem. He's now supply locked and floating 1,000 money. So Sick Iggy not really even able to macro right now, using all the charge on his Void Rays to chase this away. Really wants to chase down those Overlords, but can't really given their speed.
So Void Rays move pretty quickly. Almost.
They're not super slow.
They move faster than Overlords. Oh,
there we go. You will catch these Overlords.
J-Dub, you got caught red-handed.
J-Dub not being able to sneak by with another Baneling drop.
And
Protoss army moving in from the side.
Lots of force fields.
Not far to run here for J-Dub. J-Dub is forced to fight. He's pulling back, but he's not as fast as these Stalkers.
Wow. That's a bad engagement for Zerg. That's exactly what a Protoss needed to get back into this game a little bit, equalizing the army supply count a little bit.
Yeah, and he was kind of cornered there, but pulled away almost immediately.
Right.
Not losing a ton of units, but
Sick Iggy overextending here by pushing forward so far right into the Zerg's
push. Creep. Yeah, on the creep, right?
Right. But
and the Hydra is so
Zerg's
fast
up
now.
to 4 bases though, 5 bases though, so he's 2 up from the Protoss, so he has to do something. Great snipe there on the 5th hatch.
And so we'll take that base out, and you can see the Tempest firing away from way in the back. Moving in now. Queens, Infestors, everything coming out for J-Dub. J-Dub pushing in, does nail a fungal. 2 full energy sentries will lay down those force fields and mostly get away. Whiffing another fungal. Those are so hard to land now.
Wow. Great defense there by J-Dub. Maxed out really quickly, just in time to hold the mountain a really good defense.
Yeah, and
only
still
losing
a pretty
5th
solid
hatch.
push from the Protoss.
Yeah.
So that wasn't trivial to defend either. Getting that fungal was good. We'll see more Overlords moving in, and this time with Roach Hydra once again trying to take out these Stargates before they can mass more Tempests. And we'll see the Zerg is floating quite a lot of money. He is maxed out and just taking all the engagements he wants right now. He does knock down 1 Stargate. The second, will it go down before the Tempest comes out? Yes!
It probably would.
Oh, it's so close, but he gets it. And then moves on.
But yeah, great play there. Great play there.
Yeah, and while these Stalkers try to defend, J-Dub pushes into the 3rd once more. Bottling up the Zealots. Force fields go down, but that'll just defend the gateways. Fungal on the on the Void Rays, doing a lot of damage. And they have charged, but that's right when J-Dub pulls back. Keeps doing that.
J-Dub is in a really good position. He's trying to keep the Protoss on three bases while he gets more and more minerals. And I mean, J-Dub at this point, he could trade inefficiently for the rest of the game, and he should be able to wear down the Protoss. So especially with those two-pronged attacks, they're doing just so much damage.
Yeah, and we'll see he's building 12 Corruptors right now. That is quite a lot of Corruptors.
And finally, Colossus range being researched for Sigigi. That's exactly what he needs. There's a lot of Hydras in that army. He needs a little bit more area effect, a little bit more range to take care of that. Oh, there's the
creep. J-Dub noticing the pylon and putting creep down just in time.
That is so annoying.
Also taking this base.
Wow.
That's an interesting block. So Sick Iggy saying, oh, well, I have another one out here. Never mind. More roaches being towed away in an Overlord.
So what's the upgrades for both teams right now? Let's look at the
air upgrades are 1-0.
1-0, okay.
Ground upgrades, we have to find some of this Protoss army here. 0-1 as well. Whereas I think J-Dub was on like 3.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1 on ranged. And
the air
2-2 on ground.
Yeah,
with 1 on air. So a big upgrade lead for J-Dub so far.
That's a really scary Zerg army
really
right there.
Charge.
Wow, that's a great fungal.
Poor Void Ray.
Great fungal there.
Fungals, locking all of this army down. Banelings in the Overlords dropping on the Stalkers.
Wow.
Corruptors taking out Tempest. Hydras in the back, time warped, but if they don't need to move, it doesn't matter.
The Void Rays melted in no time at all.
Wow, but the Stalker's prevailing here.
Yeah, they need a blink.
No
blink on the
taking
Stalkers.
For free. Yeah, no blink is a problem.
Right. If Sick Iggy had blink, he'll be able to catch up with those Corruptors and take out a lot of them. But that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, a little bit too bad right there.
Yeah.
But Sick Iggy still not able to take this base. More Hydras moving in for J-Dub.
Wow.
Knocking down the pylon, taking out the probe that wanted to build it.
J-Dub is just like everywhere. He's just
really ballsy base right there.
Yeah, he's like having pockets of units everywhere, just distracting.
Oh, and more again. That won't last too terribly long. It wasn't down for very long, so it'll clean itself right up. But he's also pooping on the router expansion down here.
Now the main army is in a Protoss third. He's gonna poke again, probably. Oh, maybe not.
Nah, it's just Overseer right there.
Yeah.
A couple of Zealots being warped in. It looks like they want to go harass, but they'll have to go right past the main part of the Zerg army here.
Oh, there we go.
Armies sort of passing each other in the center. Hydra's taking out those Zealots. And now more Banelings being dropped on the Stalkers. The Colossus goes down so quickly.
Oh, wow.
And this upgrade lead being a pretty big deal for J-Dub right now.
Yeah.
Not to mention how much Hydra's already shred gateway armies.
Yeah,
without just no splash damage in that.
Without blink, he couldn't. Sigigi couldn't split up his Stalkers very well to reduce some of that area effect damage that Banelings do. So
she's gotten another Stargate up, so I think that's the first one he's had since the 3 of them died.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's rough when you can't build your tech of choice because you lost all of the buildings.
J-Dub at 200 supply, and Sick Iggy at 123. This is looking grim for the Protoss.
Yeah, so quite a bit of Broodlords being morphed now.
Yeah.
They'll be moving in, and there's only one air unit. Broodlords starting to deal damage, catching the Zealots in the back.
That's when we need Tempest. Tempest killed Broodlords so quickly, but he lost all of his Tempest in the previous engagement.
Yep.
All right, here's probably the final fight of the game. J-Dub moving in with all those broodlings. The Roach Hydra Force pushing in. Protoss army.
Corruptor's able to do some damage to Colossus, but not quite take it out. The Gateway army moving back, trying to defend as these Broodlords are holding off everything, while the Roach Hydra Ball snipes the third. Boom, there it goes.
And more Baneling drops?
More Baneling drops coming on the... Is he going for the Colossus? He's going for the probes! J-Dub going for the back door. And knocks out all of the probes. Wow. As this whole army is finally cleaned up, the Broodlords chilling in the back, while the Roach Hydra comes back to demolish the rest of Sick Iggy's army.
Man, That's a scary Zerg to face. I mean, he was everywhere with the Baneling drops, with little pockets of Roach Hydras, sniping buildings. I mean, this is a very well executed game by Jade up here.
He had that huge macro lead in the beginning. He made so many drones unopposed, and a well fought battle from Sick Iggy. Really tried to come back here, stayed in it, defended well. His pushes weren't overly enthusiastic. He didn't really get himself too far out of position too many times. But losing those slow Tempests before the Brewlords come out, and it just didn't work out for him here.
Yeah, great targeting there by the Tempest, taking out some of the Infestors, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Yeah, probably not. I have a feeling a lot of buildings are about to die before these.
Yeah, and here comes the
Tempests
infested
really
Terrans.
make much headway. There go the last of the Protoss carriers.
Wow.
And J-Dub just sort of wrecking the space while Sikigi digests his loss. And there it is, GG. And that was game 1.
That's a really good game 1.
Yeah, so Epic goes up 1-0. J-Dub winning over Sikigi, and we'll be back soon with game 2.